guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are making this simple kaftan boubou that has cowl effect around the neck area, and I'm going to be using Adire crepe. It normally comes in 4 to 4.5 yards, so I'll measure my client's full length twice. I'll add my additional allowance and I will give it fold. So this is already folded on the floor, so I have 4 layers. After folding, the up is closed, but later on we are going to cut it off. Right, I'm going to measure the width I have. So after folding, right, the width I had was 27 inches, but I want it to be 22. So I marked 22 inches first. That's what I marked here, and I'm just going to use my ruler to join those 22 points I marked. So from up to the down, you mark the wideness you want for the boubou. Wideness depends on your sleeve length. That's, you measure from your middle point to where you want it to stop on your sleeve. So that will determine the wideness. And I went ahead to mark my neckline. I'll be using 3 inches for the width, and then for the depth I went for 2.5 inches because it's not meant to be too deep. So I did that, 3 inches by 2.5 inches, right? Then I'm just going to form my round neckline. You can use a V neckline, round neckline for back, based on your choice. Then at the other side, I'm going to mark 0.5 inch for my shoulder slant. You know, I said the upper part was closed, but later on we are going to cut it because of the shoulder slope. So I form my shoulder slope, right? Then on this, still maintain that my 22 inches, right? Downward, I marked 10 inches for my sleeve opening. You can use 9, you can use 10, 11, 12, depends on how wide you want your sleeve opening to be. Then inward of that 10, I marked 1 inch because you'll be hemming the end of the sleeve opening. So from that 1 inch, I took it straight down. So this is it, right? Straight down. So now I'll just go ahead and cut out my piece. We are done drafting. So I'm going to cut out the neckline first, then the shoulder slope, then I want to cut the sleeve opening part. After cutting the sleeve opening part, I'm going to extend to that 1 inch inward, right? So for the side, I didn't really cut out the line. On the line, I added 0.5 inch to it while cutting the side. So this is it, right? So after doing this, you're done drafting, you're done cutting. So now the pieces that I left, that pieces that I cut out from the whiteness, we have 4 pieces of it. So I'm just going to trim off the parts that are not equal, and I'm going to join them together. So I'm joining 4 pieces together, and after I was done joining the 4 pieces together, I hemmed the down part and I also hemmed the upper part. So this is after joining. If you have a weave machine, you can actually weave where you join them, but I didn't have one, so I left it like that. So I hemmed the upper part and the down part, right? So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut out interface for the neckline. You know, the normal way I do cut out interface, but if you want to use bias, you can make do with it. But I cut out interface and I'll just go ahead and stitch it to my back and front. You know, right face facing right face, you stitch, then use your hemming tape to tip it down, right? So that's what I did. And when I was done, then now that pieces that I joined together, firstly, I'm going to measure my client's shoulder divided by 2. It gave me 7. So I marked that 7 for both sides. That's on a one piece, on where you want that dripping or that cowl effect to be, the front piece. So I marked 7 back at left side, 7 at the right side of the neck area. So that's where we are going to drape or form that cowl effects. So this is my fabric. I already tried one method, it didn't work, so I'm trying this next one to be sure. So I'm going to join them together. I think after folding, the width that I had was over 15 inches. I can't really remember the exact wideness I had. So at this place, I also have as my upper part, I'm going to measure 10 inches. So for both sides, so we have 10 inches, right? So in total we have 20 inches. So at the down part, I measured 15 inches. I think I didn't capture that part. I measured 15 inches. So now this 10 inches, right? That's where I want to start my dripping for. That's how deep I want the neckline to be. That's how deep I want the cowl effect to be. So I'm going to place that 10 inches from my neckline, and then I'm going to form pleats to meet that our shoulder divide by 2. but your forming of pleat is not straight, it's going to be kind of slanty. So that's why you mark 10 inches upward, and then downward of this fabric we are using to form the pleats, I marked 20. So I marked 15 from left, 15 right, 15. So you have 20 upward and you have 30 downward. So you now pleat. You can actually pleat here and use your office pin to hold them down, but I didn't have office pin, so I just pleat here. Then I went to my sewing machine, I repleated and I stitched. So you're pleating slantly, not straight. I don't know if you guys understand. So you're pleating from that 10 inches to that 15 that you marked downward. So this was what I did. You can see that the excess that I had was not straight. So to show you that it was slanty, that I pleated it. So this is what I had after stitching, right? So I'll just cut off the excess. It's very easy to do. In case you don't want to pleat slantly, you can also do it straight, but it's not going to give you the same result. You understand? Everything will just be in the same place and it will be too deep to be very deep, but everything will just be in one place. So this was what I got after I was done pleating and stitching. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to fold it again, the front piece, and I'm going to mark downward where I want my inner belt to start from. That's 15. You mark from your shoulder down to 15. You can use 14, you can use 15, you can use 16. All you need to know is that you need to use your half cut length. That's what you need. You don't need to put it on your waist, it will not be that fine. So you can use from 14, 15 to 16 inches. So for my client, I marked 15, and then I measured waist divide by 4. So I marked it, what I got, and then I'm going to turn it to the other side too. So I marked it again, where you want it to stop. I marked from shoulder to 15, then inward I marked from inward, I marked outward to 7. That's waist divide by 4. So you've marked it to the left and to the right. So when you measure it, you have half of our waist measurement. So now I already made a belt with a different fabric because what's left to be for a scarf. So now I'm just going to place it at those 2 points and I'm going to stitch the belt to it. After I was done doing that, I joined the pieces together, right face facing right face. So I joined the shoulder, I stitched the shoulder. After stitching the shoulder, I hemmed the sleeve opening. Right after joining the shoulder, I hemmed the sleeve opening. Then I measured 8 inches for a sleeve opening. Then from that 8, I just stitched in this direction, and then I hemmed the down part. So around the armpit area, it's a curve, it's not straight. So this was it when I was done on my mannequin. As you can see, it's a very simple kaftan boubou that you can make in less than 10 minutes for yourself, and you can use it with the inner belt or without the inner belt. Trust me, the camera wasn't doing justice to this dress. I don't know why, but it was so nice. So this was how it looks. This is how the back looks like, and even if you want, you can also add belts for the back so that the back can also be snatched. So this was it. As I always say, if this video has been helpful, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and guys, I'm going to see you guys in another video. Bye.